And on this issue, if I may just ask the Minister a couple of questions. One of the things which I think will certainly help reoffending is the ability to be able to give ex-offenders some support when they go into the community. As a trustee of Unlock, a couple of issues have concerned the organisation enormously. The first is the inability of prisoners to be able to get house insurance. It's virtually impossible if you're an ex-offender to get home insurance. And the consequence of that means that actually it's very difficult to be able to get rented accommodation. The landlords can lose their insurance on the house if they declare they have an ex-offender renting. And it can be very difficult for those individuals to be able to actually purchase or rent a property themselves. The second issue, which I think needs more work, is the inability of ex-offenders to be able to get bank accounts. It is very difficult if you've left prison to be able to get a bank account. I met with the British Banking Association, and I'm encouraged that they're going to try and do more to try and tackle this issue. But with the various money laundering legislation that's come in, the various requirements for proof of identity, all of these issues actually make it very difficult for a prisoner to be able to open a bank account and to be able to get benefits. And if you can't have a bank account, in many cases you can't get a job. So just a couple of practical barriers which would be helpful if the government could give a little bit of a push on in relation to both insurance and bank accounts.
It's certainly possible on the latter point, working with the banking industry to try and make sure that that prisoners coming out of prison who are going to go into jobs could be seen as potentially good customers of banks. And I know from my own experience and visits, the Honourable Gentleman, Right Honourable Gentleman for Harborough, the learned gentleman for Harborough, will know from his own visits that, I nearly got that right, but not quite, will know from his own visits that, that there are many prisoners coming out of prison who actually do get bank accounts, and they can set bank accounts up sometimes before they leave, which is helpful. These often relate to, I'm sure, relationships between the local prison and local bank managers. And there's nothing that replaces good local relationship building in this respect. But I think there is work that can be done in respect of mega policy level issues. And I'm sure that my right honourable friend and I would be interested in pursuing any of these issues. In terms of insurance, I think that's a tougher issue, quite frankly. Insurance is very much a risk-based business, perhaps more than many others. And whilst I'm willing to discuss it with him and his organisation, I don't have an immediate answer to that one.